How you doing, guys? DJ AJ101 here with another quick little article for you about the iPhone, the iPad, and 4G LTE. Now, nothing new on the rumor mill, of course, about this, but of course I found this article today and just had to kind of share it with you guys, just because I found it quite interesting. It, of course, says that Apple is reported to be releasing iPhone and iPad models next year in 2012 with the long-term evolution, aka LTE 4G technology built into them for incredibly high-speed data on, of course here in the States it would be on Verizon, AT&T, and of course eventually Sprint. Now, of course, this rumor is acknowledging that they are most likely to appear in 2012, which is duh. They really should be. You know, of course, kind of disappointed that the iPhone 4S right here wasn't released in LTE, but of course, Apple has always had the long audacity to say, well, we are not going to put anything in there that would compromise on battery life or design changes or make it thicker or something like that. So this does sound like typical Apple to wait. They're actually reporting of an LTE iPad in the summer of 2012, which would actually kind of generate the product cycle a little bit, because the iPad's usually released in the spring. Now, if they kind of move the iPad back toward the summer a little bit, then of course it would be on track to release the iPhone like it was released this year in late October. So that does kind of sound like kind of something Apple would do. Also, it says that of course executives with wireless carriers have been said in the U.S. in mid-November to be in talks with the chief executive, of course, Tim Cook. It also says that Apple was reportedly claiming to have an LTE-compatible iPhone, of course, in 2011, but because of design compromises and, of course, battery power drain, just like I'd said before, they really didn't want to do it. And there was also rumored that there was going to be a redesigned iPhone, but there was kind of some discussion on whether the screen should be the same 3.5 or 4-inch display. And, of course, that was back when Steve Jobs was still kind of at the helm of Apple, kind of arguing that it would cause fragmentation in the iPhone market just because of having the half-inch difference in the screen size, and apps that have to be recustomized to fit the larger screens and the smaller screens and stuff. It was kind of on Steve Jobs' part as well. It also says in the quarterly conference call earlier this year, chief executive, of course, Tim Cook again, then the company's chief operating officer, the COO at the time, so that poor battery life and other issues with the current LTE technology was the reason for them pushing it off, and of course not releasing it yet being the key word, because of course a lot of people thought it was going to come this year. And because of course Cook also said that there was compromises with the first LTE chipsets, of course, like I just said, being too bulky and battery life being an issue. And now that we of course see with the iPhone 4S all the troubles that Apple's having to just get the software straight to get the battery issues resolved in iOS 5, excuse me, you can see why the LTE would be a little bit of a problem. And if you've ever used an Android handset with LTE and you're on LTE all the time and you're in a good LTE coverage market, of course, in probably one of the bigger cities, if you're in one of those lucky areas, you definitely probably have seen that your Android battery does not last too long if you're using 4G a lot of the time and not on Wi-Fi or anything else like that. If you're using 4G over voice or 4G data, it'll definitely suck your battery dry. I've yet to really use 4G extensively, but from what I've heard, battery life is really not that good, and Apple's iPhone has been reported to have one of the best batteries, but of course since they started adding features and now they have this little annoying battery bug, probably hasn't gotten too much battery, and I've definitely seen it a little bit with my iPhone. I haven't seen it as much as other people, though. A lot of people are reporting that their battery just basically goes whoop, downhill, but mine kind of goes like that a little bit quicker than I would have liked, and I'm sure Apple will eventually address this issue. But I just want to throw this out there for you guys and kind of ask you what you think. It's from Apple Insider, whether you guys think they're a reliable source or not. I can definitely agree with the 2012 launch. I think 2012 is going to be the year, of course, of Apple's iPad and iPhone incorporating the 4G LTE technology. I think it's about time Verizon's network is, progressively getting a lot better, and a lot more markets are getting 4G LTE, and of course it's a super high speed market. It's a super high speed technology, and of course it's very, very likely that it will end up in the next iPad and iPhone. I certainly can't wait. Verizon is of course leading the market. AT&T has a couple of markets out there, and of course Sprint really has to kind of catch up a little bit since they announced that they're going to be going from WiMAX to LTE. But anyways, what do you guys think? I'll leave a link in the description below. You guys can check it out. Definitely rate, comment, subscribe if you like my content. I sure do appreciate it. That helps me out and helps me bring you guys content, of course, of my gibberish rabbling, if you really like my rambling and my gibberish. If you don't, then don't watch, I guess. But anyways, guys, I will see you guys in the next video. Rate, comment, subscribe if you would like, leave a comment and a question if you would like, and I'll be happy to get back to you. But I will see you guys in my next video. Till next time, guys, have a good one.